Hello friends, it's FlexStar again, but today I'm going to focus on just one modification. I think you've already read the title and realized that we are going to talk about an incredible physics mod called Physics Mod Pro, authored by Haubner. Let's go through all the features of the mod in detail, talk about the pros and cons, and try to understand whether it's worth using this mod in a normal game, or is it just entertainment for a couple of hours of session. If it's not too much trouble, you can like and subscribe to this channel right away. Sit back, we're about to start! Who is this mod for? The modification is intended for those who want to add realism and depth to their Minecraft gaming experience. Physics Mod Pro makes a number of changes to the physics of the game world, allowing you to enjoy more realistic interactions between objects and the environment. Okay, enough of these dry facts, and let's move on to the specifics point by point. The first thing the player will encounter is the physics of the destruction of blocks that break into many pieces, or simply find gravity and physics, touch neighboring blocks, and they also collapse. Interestingly, the modification takes into account how the blocks were destroyed. If, for example, it is a mine, then there will be a collapse. But I want to stop here for a moment. As for me, it would be much better if these particles of blocks did damage. Yes, it's hardcore, but we're talking about realistic Minecraft, so why not? Next, I want to highlight dynamite explosions. There are a lot of cool moments here too. Depending on where the dynamite is located, the blocks will fly in different directions. If the dynamite is located on the surface, then the blocks will fly according to the laws of physics. If it's underground, they will fly up the mountain. I also like the fact that the player can interact with these pieces of blocks, which is true, not for long, but you can customize each modification function in a special menu. If we're talking about the destruction of blocks, then from the main settings, you can change the following parameters: destruction style, animation speed, lifetime of the fragments, the number of neighboring blocks, as well as the disappearing animation itself. If you want, you can even change the size of the pieces from the block. And it is because of the flexible customization that I already want to give this modification a huge plus. Oddly enough, the physics of mobs is also changed with this mod. After the death of a mob, its body, regardless of whether it is an animal, a zombie, or some other mob, will die in these positions. The player will be able to interact with the body, push it in different directions, and it all looks strange, but not very convincing. But it is possible to turn on a mode in which mobs will crumble into pieces, including blood. Just like with blocks, you can customize the physics of mobs. If you think I've told you everything about blocks, I haven't. After all, physics appears in many other objects. As you move through them, they will now change shape, bend, break, or sway. This applies to plants such as tall grass, seagrass, kelp, vines, sugarcane, and weeping vines in hell. The realistic motion effects from these plants will give you a real sense of being in the real world. Sorry for the tautology. The same goes for doors and hatches. When you open and close a door, you can see it vibrate, which makes it more realistic and not rigid like the doors in the vanilla version of Minecraft. The same goes for the hatches in the game. I honestly don't even know how to react. With the modification, water with physics is added. And no, I'm not talking about the ocean, but about ordinary water that can be obtained by breaking the enchantment table, which is already strange. The water has become like some kind of gel or jelly, and I understand that this feature is still in beta testing, but not the best implementation. And it is difficult to use, but maybe I'm wrong, and the author of the mod will be able to make some kind of candy out of it. The next section will be about fabric. Cloth objects such as a flag or cape have been updated. They can sway in the wind or can move realistically if you are wearing a cape. There are many types of capes and body add-ons that you can choose from according to your preferences. You can even become a ghost and scare your friends. The rope and fishing rod have also been updated. However, they are not without drawbacks. Not every shader is suitable for them. And there are some bugs that are not very pleasant. That is, you won't be able to play comfortably with shaders using this feature. Another incredible change in this mod is smoke. It now comes from a fire, exploding dynamite, burnt wood, and burning buildings. Depending on the shader you use, The color of the smoke can be gray, white, or like mine, black. Either way, it looks incredible and atmospheric. You get a real feeling that something is burning, not just an illusion of this process. There is also a noticeable update to the projectiles. These include eggs, pearl edges, and snowballs. When you throw snowballs, they will crumble and create small white fragments scattered on the ground. We can also see that when you throw the same snowball, it starts to spin, and when it falls down, you will have time to watch the broken snowball, and it is impressive. As for the edge pearl, the mechanism works similarly to the snowball, but it teleports you to the ground, which is logical, and you will also see new particles from it. The egg is a little different. When you drop it, you can see that its shape is not like a snowball or a pearl of the edge when it breaks. Both the yolk and the white will be visible. You can even turn on the function so that the egg doesn't break at all and just rolls on the ground. By the way, I should have mentioned this from the very beginning, but I forgot something. The modification has a similar function to item physics. If someone doesn't know what this modification is and what it does, I'll tell you briefly. Now, objects and blocks will fall and lie on the ground realistically instead of flying in the air. In addition, only things that can actually burn will burn in lava. Floating objects will float while others will sink. Weather physics in the game is reflected in the highest quality. There will be wind, snow, rain, which will be subject to physics and wind, depending on which precipitation can have a different direction of movement. When you walk, you will pick up dust or snow particles that will be carried away by the wind. What really surprised me was that the dynamic blocks, just like in real life, will move depending on the wind strength, which in turn depends on the terrain. In the mountains, it will be much stronger than somewhere down below. Just like everything else, you can customize the weather. For example, the intensity of the snow, from light to a snowstorm. I saved the most interesting topics for the end. The physics of snow. Now we will see the difference between Minecraft snow and the snow from this mod. The snow will now look more realistic and have a much softer texture, as evidenced by the fact that you can leave a trail while walking on it, which you can't do in any other mod. By the way, you will be able to make your own snowman or even a whole house, because when you put snow, for example, up a hill, it will combine to create a smooth pile of snow. I think everyone wanted to make a snow house at least once as a child, and now it's possible. The truth is in Minecraft, but at least it's something. And finally, my favorite is the physics of rivers and the ocean. This is one of the latest innovations in this modification. The waves and their mechanics affect the boat as if you were traveling by sea in a pirate game. Now you are not glued to the water as it was before. It is now possible to jump on the boat and lift off the water for several meters. This gives you the feeling that you're about to turn over with the boat and drown. If we turn on the first-person view, you can see the effects of the water washing over the player. If you increase the height of the waves in the settings, the only feeling I have is an inexplicable fear. Half of the brain realizes that it's just a game and nothing will happen, and the other half, on the contrary, shudders with every wave. But just look at how beautiful it is. I'd like to summarize my findings. Physics Mod Pro is an incredible physics mod. It contains many realistic features and will allow you to make a completely new game out of Minecraft. Blocks will collapse with beautiful animations and hit neighboring blocks, waves will appear in the ocean, realistic snow and water, and many other cool features. But mods also have many drawbacks. If you ignore the fact that the mod is paid, if you respect the author and don't try to get it for free, the main disadvantages are as follows. High load on the processor and video card, controversial realistic features, various bugs and inaccuracies. I hope all of this will be fixed with new updates, and in a couple of years we will see a fully realistic Minecraft 2.0. I can say that physics is one of the most impressive projects. It's not just a big and complex mod. It changes the game itself, changes the very foundations of the game, and in combination with shaders, it turns Minecraft into something new and incredible. Well, friends, thank you for watching this video. It was not very easy for me in terms of preparing and collecting material, but I hope you liked the final product. And I want to believe that You've already liked and subscribed to my channel. All the links are in the description below this video. From now on, we will only grow and improve in various ways, and you can influence this. How can you do that? It's simple. Offer your ideas for the next videos in the comments, and you will be able to see the best of them on this channel in the future. That's all for today. This was FlexStar and the Incredible Physics Mod Pro with you. Good luck to everyone, and see you soon. Bye.